So, Brooke, I guess just give us a little bit of an assessment of what you saw from your team this past weekend in the two games against WKU.
Yeah, I thought we defended well. Obviously we got a split, and we felt like we really should have gotten the one on Friday night and gotten the sweep, but wasn't pleased with our effort on the boards on Friday night, and just didn't like our concentration in some of those areas of just being aggressive against the zone. I thought we were kind of passive. We missed some early shots and some open shots, and I felt like that maybe played into how we rebounded, or our lack of effort on the defensive boards. We gave up 21 offensive boards, and I thought, going into the game, we really focused on protecting the paint and not playing behind in the post, and I thought they got a number of catches. We gave up 2 double-figure rebound games to their 2 bigs. And that was, an emphasis for us. And so I thought they really responded from Friday night's game to Saturday. Only gave up 8 offensive boards on Saturday. Thought we got out in transition on Saturday in the third quarter. And it really started from our defensive boards. We limited them to 1 shot. And I think Friday, too, of just going back to kind of where it all started, we were giving up why we were giving up the rebounds. A lot of it started, we were getting beaten off the dribble, and we were forced to rotate defensively. Then we'd be matched up with a guard on their big on the backside, and we corrected that. And I thought our players did a great job of making those adjustments on Saturday and just containing dribble penetration. And again, we fouled the last 3 possessions on Friday night. We got a layup to tie with about 49 seconds left and missed that. And had to foul and extend the game, and we end up losing by 6, and they score 61. We're giving ourselves a chance in every game because of how we're defending and rebounding. We've got to be able to put the ball in the hole and make some open shots, but I think that we're getting good shots, and I think that they're understanding that. It's just a matter of knocking those open shots down.
Questions? Go ahead, Bo.
Brooke, you talked about the difference in rebounding between the 2 games, and you mentioned some adjusting going on. How much was schematics and how much was just getting in their head and getting them to focus on that in that second game?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of it was schematically. I thought we just got ourselves out of position defensively on the ball, which gave up. We're trying to force, to keep it out of the middle and force to the sideline and baseline. I thought we opened up and gave them some straight line drives that then caused some rotations defensively, and then you've got a guard matched up on a big. But I thought it was just sitting down and guarding and containing dribble penetration like we normally do, and I thought we made a great adjustment. Our players made a great adjustment on that, and then really defended well as a team. I thought, just paying attention to, we went into the week knowing that Abdelgawad was a great rebounder, and when you look at her, and how she's built and her athleticism and her height, she's listed at 5'11", but she's probably more like 5'9", but the kid just is active and is around the ball all the time and just finds a way to come up with it and just works herself into position. And I just didn't think we were very good with that. I thought we gave her a number of easy catches, and I thought we were much more focused on Saturday. So I think it was just a mindset of going, hey, we're going to tell you the truth. We weren't very good in these areas, and this is where we were good. And I thought they made the adjustment very well after watching film on Saturday morning with them.
Questions? Go ahead, Corey.
Brooke, the most points you guys have allowed this year is 69 points. Talk about the role that the girls have really sort of sunk into this year on the defensive side of the ball, how that potentially could help you guys once we get deeper in conference play, get to that conference tournament, and potentially propel this team to do something that hasn't done in a while.
Well, I think, in order to win big and at a high level consistently, you've got to be able to defend and rebound. And I think going into this season, that was a big concern for us of losing Grayson Bright on the boards. Where are those boards going to come from? And I feel like Amber Dixon's done a great job with that. And, she's actually leading us in rebounding right now. And she's right under double-figure rebounding in conference play at her size, which is rebounding is just desire and want to and going to get the ball and making sure that the other team doesn't have it. And our guard, Razel's been, she had 6 and 7 rebounds this weekend. So I think if our guards can rebound, it allows us to push in transition and put some pressure on the opponent defensively, because our guards are rebounding and they, don't have as much time to get back in transition defense. So it's been a big emphasis, but I think the buy-in has been there for our players, and they've really focused on, okay, this is what we're asking each other to do. This is how I'm going to trust that my teammate is there and has my back, and I'm going to do my job in order for our team to be successful. And I think they've really bought into that. And because of that, we're in every game. And I think when you can defend and rebound, defense and rebounding, it travels. You can take that with you. It doesn't matter where you're playing. You may have an off night shooting, but we can always defend and rebound. And I think that this group has done a much better job of focusing on that and just taking that to heart.
Go ahead, Ben.
Coach, talk a little bit about the maturation process that you've seen Kianna Walker go through. Last year, 10 points a game. Now she's leading your team. It feels like every night in the scoring column.
Yeah, I think, you go back to her freshman year, and I believe that's Kiera Anthony's senior year. And so you're looking at a young guard that doesn't see a lot of game action. And so many times you see a player get frustrated or, discouraged because they're not out on the floor. And we had 3 senior guards that year, and so her minutes were limited. But she's continued to get better and to grow each year. I thought last year she took a really big step towards the end of conference play and heading into conference term as really playing balanced. And I think the thing that has been really neat to see is that she is starting to understand that I'm not just a really good athlete. I can be a really good basketball player. And she's a dynamic athlete. It's really, really hard to keep her in front of you if you're defending her one-on-one. And so teams have started to do some different things. We've got to get her to, make a 3 a little more consistently. I thought she did early on in the season. We've probably just forced a few shots that we need to take a little better time on and just make sure that we're knocking those down. But when we get her in a closeout situation, I think in terms of, if you're in football and you're running a spread offense and you're trying to get your best athletes in space, we're trying to get her in space because she's dynamic when she gets in the open floor. What she does defensively, she's really starting to understand. And she made a great adjustment on Saturday. I thought she was really overly aggressive on Friday and just kind of got herself out of position a few times and gave up some drives to, honestly, some kids that shouldn't get by her, and it forced some of those rotations. And I thought, in the past, maybe she would have gotten upset by that or whatever, and she just really focused in. And, I met with her before we did a little walkthrough, and I said, hey, this is what we need from you. And just a mature response, and I think she's going to only continue to get better. But she's a dynamic athlete, and I think if we can find ways to get her in some closeout situations where you've got a defender running at her one-on-one, I like her odds.
Brooke, talk a little bit about UTSA this weekend in San Antonio.
Yeah, I think UTSA it's a dangerous place. It's always been a difficult place for us to play. We won there last year, I think the last road trip of the season, but our 2 previous trips there we've lost on buzzer beaters. And it's just it's a different atmosphere. I think they've got 2 really good guards in Michaela Woods, who played really well against us last year here in Ruston and then was injured. And I think she's really kind of starting to find her form. And I think their key is Quezada. She's just a versatile player, averaging 15 and 10 for them, just extremely active on the boards, can score inside out. She's a really tough matchup because she can put it on the floor and face up, and she can go in if you put a smaller guard on her. She's going to take you inside and score in and around the basket on you. And so we've got to do a great job team defensively and keep them off the glass. They're averaging in conference play 4 conference games against 2 teams that I consider really good rebounding teams in Rice and North Texas. They're averaging right at 15 offensive rebounds a game. So it's going to be another game that we've got to really focus on our defensive rebounding, defend as a group, don't get yourself out of position where we can maintain our box outs, and then go pursue the ball. Offensively, we've got to be sharp. I think they do a good job of mixing things up. They'll play some man, they'll play some zone, and we've got to be able to knock down some open shots, but we've got to force some turnovers and push in transition, allow ourselves to get some easy baskets off that, as well as getting to the free throw line.
Any more questions for Brooke? All right, Coach, done. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I feel really weird not looking at you when I'm talking to you. It's bizarre.
Thanks, Coach.
Bye, guys.
Team Sam, the question is focused.